everyone, welcome back to the. Actually, no, this might be the first episode, actually. But welcome to the Vibe Check. I'm your host, Adelina, and today we'll be talking about the controversy everyone has been, like, on. I don't know how to explain it, everyone's been talking about it. I know you guys heard it in like 10 different fonts, but now you're gonna hear it in mine. Because I need to talk about this because this is insane. Now, the controversy I'm talking about is the James Charles one that happened, I think, last month with the Spirit, I'm pretty sure, with the Spirit flight attendants. So, this so if I keep looking up, it's because my script is there. I have not looked my script because I cannot be bothered. So you know exactly the one I mean by the James Charles flight attendant, and that happened last month. So Spirit Airlines suddenly shut down completely. 17,000 workers lost their job out of blue, out of the blue, literally out of thin air, and they had to find out for like news and TVs that they're shutting down. The company didn't even tell them, so they need to find out another way. And when all these 17,000 workers got fired, this included our girl flight attendant, well, ex-flight attendant, Amber. She was desperate and had no money for bills, and they were stacking up, and I mean they were piling up. And she sent James Charles a super polite and short DM asking if he could help or share her GoFundMe. Instead of ignoring it, or saying no nicely, James went full rage. He started crashing out, and I will insert the clip if I can find it of him crashing out. He's calling her like a worthless bee or something. Like, it's crazy. So I'm going to insert it if I find it.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that.
So, as you guys saw, he posted a whole TikTok screaming at her, as you guys just saw, calling her names, shaming her for losing her job, and acting like she was the worst person ever. And she called her entitled, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. But that's crazy coming. No, he said something along the jobs of like, instead of messaging me, go find a job. Like, tell me of a job you could have applied for instead of copy and pasting this message 10 times and like something like that. And he says that coming from a person that never worked a day in his life. Well, maybe he worked like one time at Red Lobster or something like that. He's so entitled for saying that. I'm sorry, guys. It's actually crazy. And now, half the internet saying he's cruel, privileged, heartless. He deserves everything he gets. And the other half is saying she was rude. He doesn't own anyone anything, and she's just begging. She was rude to say that. Comment sections are war zones. TikTok is split, and people are fighting every single day about this, which is actually quite crazy to me. Like, I mean, we can fight James Charles, but why are we going for Amber? She's like a single mom, from what I know. She's a single mom just trying to pay her bills. And it just so happened that she sent it to James Charles. Right. And today, I'm scrolling. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, word for word, what she said, what James said, why he snapped, the backlash, the apologies, and why this one simple message turned into the biggest controversy, or one of them at least, of 2026. Let's get straight into it. So first, the situation. In May 2026, Spirit Airlines, one of the biggest budget airlines in the USA, suddenly fled for bankruptcy and shut down everything. No warnings, no notice, no overnight. 17,000 flight attendants, employees, pilots, gate staff, everyone lost their jobs. No service pay, no warning, no time to save money. Thousands of people were suddenly broke, no income, rent due, bills to pay. One of those was Amber Vergara's. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. She was a flight attendant / airline worker for years. She had no savings, no backup plan, nothing. She was desperate, so she did what hundreds of other workers did. She made a GoFundMe page and sent a short, polite message to big influencers and celebrities, just asking if they could share or donate anything to help her get by until she found a new job. And this is apparently, from what I found, this is the exact message she sent word for word. She said, very polite from what I've seen. So she said, "Hi James, I hope you're having a good day. I'm Amber. I used to work for Spirit. We all lost our jobs completely out of nowhere when they shut down. No warning, no pay. I'm really struggling right now with the rent and bills. Here's my GoFundMe. Any little helps or just even sharing it would mean the world to me. Thank you so much." That's it. That's all she said. Polite, kind, no demands, no attitude. Just a desperate person asking for not even much, just a little. And she didn't even say, "give me money." She just said, "helping or sharing." Which I think is it's not rude or entitled in any way or shape. But then, James Charles has to come in all entitled with his, like, $500 million bank account, saying that, "oh my god, I cannot, she's so entitled." Right. So I'm gonna read you what he said, even though you've probably seen it. I might just pop the clip up. Might just pop it up. I need to get that bit out because I went cross-eyed. Okay, so I might just pop the clip up. I'm just gonna read it. "Oh my god, look at this message I got. Any donations help?" "Oh, I'm sure they do, sweetheart. You know what else will help you? Get another job. Yeah, try that one. In the time it took you to copy and paste this stupid message to me, who, by the way, you don't even follow me, you don't support me, you don't buy anything, you don't do anything. You could have applied to hundreds of other jobs, but you didn't, because you're a lazy piece of, and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities are supposed to pay your bills and fund your life for you. Welcome to a real world, sweetheart." That's pardon. That's the line that's been going actually super well. "Welcome to a real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every single day. You think just because you lost your job, everyone owns you something? Why would I ever help you? You don't do anything for me. Stop being so entitled and get a job like everyone else." Which is insane, coming from a guy, like, a millionaire, lives in a multi-million house, and hasn't worked since like 2014 or something like that. Like, crazy. He was laughing, mocking her voice, yelling, swearing, calling her entitled, a lazy entitled trash, all because she sent him one polite message asking for help, which is crazy. And he can't even blame her on his period, which you shouldn't do either way. He posted his video for millions to see. He made fun of a woman who just lost her job and had no money and was at her lowest points. And that's when the internet exploded. And now I'm going to explain to you the two sides. They are two very clear sides and they are screaming at each other non-stop. Let's break them down exactly like people are arguing online. First side, James is cruel, entitled, and heartless. That's for most people. This side got him millions of unfollows, that points. She was desperate, not entitled. She didn't demand anything. She asked politely. She lost her job with no warning, no money, no servants. She was begging. She wasn't begging for luxury, and she was begging for rent and food. Calling someone lazy when they just lost their jobs, next point. I was right. He's worth 22 million. 22 million. $22 million. And you tell me you can't afford to extend her like 1,000. Poor girl, she's trying to pay her bills, and you're like, calling her title when you have 22. I was saying 22 million. I'm sorry. He has more money than he could ever spend. He couldn't even be nice enough to ignore the message or say, sorry, I can't help. But he chose to publicly shame a broke and unemployed woman for clout. This is pure privilege. He has never struggled a day in his life, so he thinks everyone can go just get another job. Like it's that easy. It's not. Reality check, sweetheart. No, sorry. Welcome to a real one, sweetheart. Coming from a millionaire who's never struggled a day in his life. Right, because that's the world we live in right now. That's the world we live in. Don't even get me started on Elon Musk. That man. That's another episode. He's a whole different episode. Oh my god. Number 3. It's not about owning her anything. Nobody said he had to help her. The problem is how he reacted. He could have deleted it or replied, sorry, can't help. Instead, he humiliated her to millions of people. That's just a mean and cruel and unnecessary way of saying no. She worked hard. She was a fine tenor for years. She worked her ass off, calling a hard working person lazy just because they lost their job is actually insane. My girl was bending back, scrubbing the toilets in you know how crusty they get, and the plane. She was trying to be nice to the mean people, and you call her lazy. You never have to deal with any of that. Okay, I'm actually just so annoyed. He's so entitled. Jesus, man. And now this is actually crazy. Some people agree with James Charles. Although I think it's a very little amount of people. Only James Charles, only the people that James Charles gave money to think he's right. Let's get into him. He doesn't owe anyone anything. Just because you're famous or rich, does not mean you have to pay for everyone's bills. Well, yeah, but she was asking for help. She didn't say. She didn't demand. By the way, I don't agree with this. Spamming people is rude. She could be trying harder. He was honest. I don't agree with any of them. Just had to include the both sides. And it's exactly what people are fighting about. Half say, you have no idea what struggle is. The other half is saying, stop making rich people the bad guys just because you want money. He comments, I've seen comments like, he's a billionaire acting like a victim over a $50 request versus, she's a stranger asking for free money. Why is he the bad guy? This is absolute chaos. And I'm here for it. Any drama going on? Count me in. As long as I'm not involved, guys. I just want to watch. I'm just on the sidelines, watching with the popcorn. Do you know what I mean? Okay, now, guys, let's talk about what happened after he posted that videos, besides all the comments. First, the backlash, including the comments. But as soon as the video went up, people were furious. In 24 hours, he lost 1.2 million. Oh, hit the notes. 1.2 million followers. In a week, 4 million people were gone. And I'm proud to say I never followed him. I actually did follow him in 2020 in case he went up to me and asked, are you following me? And I said, yeah. And I would say yes, and he would give me a free makeup palette. I don't know what Little Me was on. Anyway. Oh my... Sorry, guys. People were deleting him, unsubscribing, calling brands to drop him, trending hashtags James Charles is over party was everywhere. People said he was tone deaf, privileged, heartless, out of touch with reality. Then he apologizes. Why no one believed him? He realized he messed up. So he posted an apology video, and it was bad. This is exactly what he said. Or I might just put it up the video. I'm just gonna pretend. Just like, this is a good day to have an editor. Just me, myself, and I. Okay, guys, I messed up. The video was effing stupid. It was rude. It was obnoxious. And it was privileged. And it was completely unnecessary. I was frustrated because I get so many messages begging for money every day, and I snapped. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I was just annoyed. I feel awful. I'm sorry to a girl. I even donated to her GoFundMe. He first donated $50. Then he came back on his main account and donated 1,000. 0.02% of his net worth, FYI. 0.02% of his bank account, money. Right, okay. Okay, guys. And then people donated to her instead. Her GoFundMe went from 0 to over $45,000 in 2 days. That's actually insane. I'm proud for her. Hashtag Go Queen. Everyone felt bad for her. Everyone was mad at James. And to make it worse, people started digging up all times James was rude, entitled, mean to service workers, rude to fans, and it all came back up. And people said, this is just who he is. And I agree. He's always been this rude, entitled person. He's always been a monster. I mean, did we forget that he's basically a child groomer, a pred, and a racist? Probably even more allegations. Oh, just saying, guys, just saying. And people just forget about that. And every year, when a new controversy comes up, we started digging and we found out. You didn't start digging. It's quite obvious. He's always been a horrible person. So, I mean, he is just an entitled person. I'm sorry, it's so annoying. Okay, guys, this is getting to the end of this podcast. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So here we are, mid-2026, and this is a drama everyone's still talking about. To me, honestly, James Charles was 100%, no, not even 100, 1,000, a million, a billion, a trillion, how high it goes, percent in the wrong. Did he own her money? No, not at all. He could have ignored it and said no, or whatever. But what did he do? He went online, humiliated her, shamed her in front of two, I don't know which word it is, millions of people. And he mocked her, called her lazy, and that's just cruel. That's not telling the truth. That's just being a rich guy picking on someone who has nothing, and that's why everyone's so mad. But I get the other side too. I mean, it is annoying getting hundreds of messages asking for money, but he didn't mean. But he doesn't mean you get to. It doesn't mean that you need. Jesus, but it doesn't mean that you have to be mean. There's a difference between I won't help you, and you're lazy trash for asking. That's generally just trashy behavior. James Charles, pop up a picture of James Charles here. Trashy, boo! Someone throw tomatoes at him, guy. Throw tomatoes at him. Okay, go away now. And that's exactly why this fight will never end. Some people see it as rich versus poor. Some people see it as entitlement versus boundaries. But one thing is for sure. James Charles, once again, the most controversial person online. And this time, he really brought it on itself. That's all for this week's drama. Let me know what you think. Was he right or wrong? Drop your comments and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, day, night, morning, month. Alright. Oh, happy Pride Month. That's what I have to say. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.